Alright, now that we have the panel done for the front of the arm, we're going to go ahead and get the arm ready for us to put the panel, the front piece on. And you'll notice that the upholsterer has all of these little tucks and things going on. We may have to take a few, but we won't have to take as many. And if you were going to go ahead and make the pleats like this, remember that they're pleated so dust will roll off of them. You want to pleat them accordingly. So sometimes you go ahead and just start and put a few pleats in. Make sure you get everything exactly like you want it. And this part right here where the welt cord goes in the seam, we are going to have to pull that back. So we go ahead and we get in here. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to open it up and you'll have to get the welt cord out of here. And you have to pull it back into where the arm is, because you can't sew over this on a home machine. You can sew over it on an industrial or commercial machine, but then you're going to have a lot of bulk, so you want to cut that little tail off, and then you'll have it nice and flat. We make a few more little pleats here before we put the front panel on. And I need to make a cut right here. If I cut just one, it doesn't pull it, so I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 cuts. And then what I have is I have this piece right here that pulls it snugger. This is the key in keeping your fabric in against the side, is how you do the front of the arm and the back of the chair. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my piece on. And yes, it'll take out those pins as I'm working it. And all I'm going to do is anchor it in place to start with. Now that I have it all anchored in place, I'm going to go back through and I'm going to repin it. And this means that I'm just pinning it to itself and taking out the anchor pins that are in the furniture. And on the arm piece, you will need to put in quite a few pins, because what you don't want to have happen is when you get to the sewing machine is to have the pins fall out. This is a very crucial part of your slip cover. It's the part that everybody sees. And if your front arm piece is great looking, your slip cover will be great looking. One of the really important areas that you want to make sure you get enough pins in is this area through here that catches all the fabric underneath the arm. So you want to put several pins in here to reinforce this. So this is nice and flat in the front, nice and even going along the sides. What you want to try not to do is to pin it too tight, because remember, you're going to sew from the front and then you're going to stitch closer in the inside, and you will pull it 1/4 of an inch tighter. So you want to keep it loose enough when you pin it, so when you put the slipcover back on, it's not going to be too tight. This is the inside of the arm cover. As you've just sewn it from the front, you want to check on the inside that you didn't catch any fabrics to it incorrectly, and if you did, you're going to need to loosen them. These were all planned places that we wanted to catch. So now we're going to go ahead and put it back into the sewing machine and sew closer along the welt cord. So here is the front of the arm piece all sewed on, and now we're going to go ahead